Frontier opening bell here on Frontier Africa Report. It's Thursday, the 28th of April. Welcome everyone to the show. I am Bosin Number in Nigeria. Equities market eked out 0.01%, the smallest since the week started. The numbers keep getting a little bit shorter as we get towards the end of the week. The banking sector fell about 1.5% yesterday. The insurance eked out a very small gain. The consumer goods and industrial goods were better on the back of gains reported by Guinness Nigeria, a big name in brewing industry, as well as Lafarge Africa, which also reported pushing the industrial goods a little bit to the upside. Of course, the earnings season is still here. Quite a number of banks are still reporting. UBA's earning came yesterday. Investors traded that into the mix. The BRVM softened by 0.16% after coming through Tuesday with about 220 on the composite index. That fell on Wednesday. Then you've got the Egyptian market doing 34 basis points yesterday, started from Tuesday when the market came back a bit stronger. The Nairobi bourse remained very tepid since the start of the week. The numbers are there, about 0.75%. This East African largest market hasn't really seen any gain since the week started. The South African market was better by 0.75%, 74 basis points on Wednesday. So let's get on into what's making the headlines this Thursday. The Kenyan authorities are looking for oil from the United Arab Emirates on credit. Kenya right now is going through a very rough patch in terms of sustainable fuel as well as cooking gas. Now, the Kenyatta's administration in Nairobi has gone begging the UAE to give them some oil in Nairobi, in Kenya, on credit. Oil prices surged still highly elevated, slightly above $100 a barrel, and that is putting the Kenyan administration on a very tight rope. The Bamburi cement listed on the Kenyan bourse and one or two other exchanges within the East African community says its profit was up 22.2% for last year, part of the late reporting from some of the listed companies. I&M is a commercial bank doing big business in Kenya as well as in Rwanda and a few other East African community. Says 227 million shillings was what it got from its Mauritius subsidiary by the name Bank One. And Ethiopia Central Bank has drafted a new bill that will allow foreigners to operate mobile money operators, or what you call MOMO. Now, this issue is that the opening up of the telco space in Ethiopia to big names such as Vodacom and Safaricom will see the incoming of M-Pesa and all of that. Now, the licensing of foreign operators or foreign institutions, financial services to do mobile operations in Ethiopia is leveling the field, as it were, and allowing Ethiopia to get a whole lot more into its financial space. Meantime, Central African Republic has become the first African country to adopt and legally allow Bitcoin as an official currency. There are warnings that from institutions such as the IMF and others that Central African Republic should stay back on this, but they've moved ahead. So Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is now an official legal tender in Central African Republic. That comes after Sri Lanka a couple of months ago became the world's number one economy to adopt cryptocurrency, and this you can read up on all that. It's not looking like a jolly ride yet for Sri Lanka. How Central African Republic decided to go on this, time will tell. Okay, let's talk about West Africa. Yes, earnings on Nigeria's market. Yes, quite big news coming through from big names such as UBA reporting first quarter profit 8.7% in revenue, net profit, net income, net interest income, better by 14.10%. Earnings per share came in at 114 kobo, up by 9.62% on a year-on-year basis. That's for the first 3 months of the year. UBA operating in about 20 African countries and other overseas economies such as New York, out of London, and out of Paris. Then, of course, you have Access Bank announcing the conclusion of a sale of $50 million step-up green notes for the standalone bank after it's decoupled its holdco listed out on the NGX and listed the Access Bank PLC, which is the subsidiary, the core banking business, on NESD over-the-counter, both in Lagos, Nigeria's financial capital. And the Pan-African Payment System, the PAPSS, has entered a relationship with Buna, which is an instrument of the Arab Monetary Fund, the AMF, to expand the footprint of the new payment system of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement beyond Africa into the Arab world. That is the whole plan. So the gateway now for payment services expanding intra-Africa trade is taking that outside the continent and first with our neighbors to the north, the Middle East. And FCMB, which is a holding company for First City Monument Bank Limited in Nigeria, is reporting first quarter 2022 profits, 5.17 billion. Banks in Nigeria are reporting some fantastic earnings, with the exception of a few names such as JITCO. And RMB, the Rand Merchant Bank, says it expects Ghana's revenues and grants to be up about 37% to about 9.3 or 93 billion. I beg your pardon, 93 billion cedis. It's almost 100 billion local currency for the current year. Okay, so let's look at Southern African markets, where the energy crisis is not over yet, but MTN, the telco giant, says it spent more than slightly about $2 billion a year on network infrastructure, and that's according to the CEO, Mupita. The International Finance Corporation has floated a 730 million rand green building funding package for South Africa to build sustainable housing in Africa's most advanced economy. And news out of South Africa says Multichoice has added Disney Plus to its DSTV streaming service. That will be effective from next month, the 18th of May. You can enjoy that. That comes now as part of the package. And Total Energy says it's investing $2 billion yearly in Angola, Africa's second largest oil producing state, while Zimbabwe is targeting a fresh 2,000 megawatts of electricity via renewables by the year 2030, trying to step in line with the energy transition global agenda. We'll finish up, as always, in North Africa, everyone. This Thursday, the Egyptian Central Bank has announced 5-day holiday for the Eid-El Fitr and the Labor Day. It's going to be a long holiday. Keep that in mind as we continue to report through the period. Egypt is looking for $40 billion investment from private sector in 2020 over the next 4 years, starting from this year, in the economic program, the National Development Program that President Al-Sisi and his team are looking to implement. And Egypt's financial inclusion rose about 56.2% or hit 56.2% last year. Mehdi Tazi says he's bought a majority stake in AXA Partners of Morocco, while Tunisia is funding an investment projects worth about 22 million dinars. 8 projects is what Tunisia is investing that amount in local currency within the economy. And that's about it. This Thursday, it's your Frontier opening bell, everyone. Have a profitable business day. And remember that you can watch this show again on our YouTube at Frontier Africa Reports. Go on our website. You can read up all our stories at www.frontafricareports.com. And we're also available on social media, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, Facebook, as well as Instagram. Follow us or subscribe on our YouTube. It's free. Have a great day.